OMG. Obviously, there's only one of us. There's only one of us. Jeannie had some things that she needed to get taken care of. So, ta-da! Last week, she was with you and I was not. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. And this week, I'm with you and she is not. And so I want to say hello to everybody. And I want to remind you, when I'm by myself, I try to keep track of everything that's going on. And guys, I am just figuring out for me to stay focused. I don't do a good job of trying to monitor the chat and here. So what I'm going to add, we get in multiple places and we've got it spread out. We're figuring all of this out. So having said that, I may or may not respond to you immediately, but I am so grateful you're here. And Lottie, I'm just saying it up front. You may not even be here yet because I know we've had some technical issues, but girl, I always love and appreciate you. So thank you. So tonight, I want to talk about my trip to Kentucky, to the Kentucky Derby at Churchill Downs. And so, yes, I'm going to tie this into Mary Kay. But I'm going to share some takeaways from this. And I want you guys to know that just some housekeeping. I covered some housekeeping already, but some other housekeeping is simply this. We got our YouTube channel up, pink and popping. So some of this, you're going to see duplicates. Don't shoot the messenger. But we would love for you to come and subscribe. So I'm actually going to post that stuff. We're trying to get a little more content on there so you just don't go, oh, that's it. But anyway, and in here, I will be posting pictures of our trip. I haven't even stopped to get all of that done. But anyway, so my husband and I flew out first thing Thursday morning. And as y'all know, I live on the far west side of town, for those of you that are familiar with the layout of Phoenix. And so it took us an hour. I think it was an hour. Our flight was leaving at 7 something. We needed to be there at 5, yada, yada, yada. So anyway, we left here early. And I mean, I get up early. He gets up early, but we left here early. And got there, got parked, got to the airport, and it was still busy. Do you hear what I'm saying? 5 o'clock in the morning, and it's busy on a Thursday. And so get on the plane, and you ever know when you're really tired? So normally I sleep on the plane. I mean, it's a given. I don't even have to have the gate or the plane backing up for me to already be out. My friends have told me, I'm not sitting by you on the plane. You don't talk, you sleep. It's the truth. It's a 3.5-hour flight, and I slept 85% of the time. I woke up, we were still like 45 minutes away, and I went back to sleep. And I won't go into all the whys and wherefores, but my husband had a rental car because we flew into Indianapolis, and then we were driving to Louisville. Louisville, yeah. We got instructed on how to say Louisville. Not really saying the I, not Louisville. But anyway, having said that, somebody's going to correct me. Y'all know how to do it, then go ahead and correct me. So we drove from Indianapolis, and long story short, there were some hiccups. And so I ended up driving for 2.5 hours, which is not a big deal normally, but both my husband and I are falling asleep. Great drive. Beautiful. OMG, it was beautiful. But you'll understand why this is important. Not because we had a wreck, but we get to the hotel. They're having a derby party dinner for all of us. There's all these people because we're in a package deal kind of thing. And so we get dinner. I look at my husband and I said, I'm tired. I'm going to bed. And this girl, not including the flight, this girl slept for 11 hours. That's right. This girl. Have any of you ever slept for 11 hours? I slept for 11 hours. And I won't say I didn't wake up a couple of times, but I just went right back to sleep. So in all, I slept 14.5 hours. So when I woke up on Friday, this girl was awake. And so we were going Friday for the Kentucky Oaks. We did not get the early bus because this girl was still sleeping. But there were some things that I had taken with me that we're going to talk about in a minute. And Friday was rain. We woke up to rain. it rained and it rained. And not it wasn't like torrential, right? But it was steady. And so when we got to the Kentucky Derby, we had our own gate. The buses took us up, but it was so much fun. You drive through the neighborhood. It's kind of like going to the state fair here in Arizona. That all the people have parking in their front yard. Some of them had an outside party ready to go. It was just, I love that kind of thing. I love when community comes together, even as entrepreneurs, and figuring it out and having fun. So they're all ready for the party, and we're all dressed. So if you don't know, for the Kentucky Oaks, pink is the color. Pink is the color. Now, I knew there was a drink called Lilies, but I wasn't really paying attention because the flower arrangement that they put over the horses is all lilies. Lilies are a really big deal that day. Didn't know that. Wasn't paying attention. Learned my lesson. But anyway, there's a drink that's got Lily in the name. Robbie and I have tried mint juleps over and over again. We were done. We're not trying another one. We don't like them. But anyway, we just don't like alcohol. That's all there is to it. So we get there and we're getting the lay of the land and we're not quite sure what's going on. And our venue was the Churchill Downs Museum, which is a 2-story building. And I'll just share with y'all, it took us the first day just to figure out all that was afforded to us in our deal. But I found a gal. So I love old school. If I'm going to do this, I want to do it at the window. I'm using cash. I'm doing it at the window. And I found a gal every time I went back to her window. I started with one guy and he couldn't hear me. It was so loud. We were under the grandstands. It's so loud. There's so many people and it's raining. And so I found another gal a little farther out who could understand me. And so she's who I went to the entire time. But I went prepared to bet on the races, and our transportation, you got to either leave at 8:45. I think it was 8:45 in the morning or 10:45. So the first day we didn't leave till 10:45. And then we were there. The race took place at 5:45, 5:59, something like that, just before 5 o'clock. And then there were 2 races after that. It's humid. It's raining. And we stayed for all of it. Oh my gosh, guys, I got pictures of being on the rail and watching the horses. And yes, we had winners. But it's wet. It's humid. We're in the rain. My hair gets that crunchy. You know what I'm talking about? That crunchy look when you're in the rain and then you've had hairspray and all of that. And my hair loves humidity. I love humidity because it does great things for my hair. And so my hair is crunchy and my makeup. I'm telling you this for a reason. That was Friday. And we stayed for the last 2 races. We're hardcore people, 75% of the people left. There was the rest of us. And we watched the races, bet on the races, go to the bus. Because the bus left right after the Kentucky Oaks. And then it left 30 minutes after the last races. And so we're on that bus. We go back. And by the time we get back, right, by the time you walk to the buses, by the time you get on the buses, by the time the buses wait, so on and so forth, by the time we get back, tired, wash our face, all of that kind of stuff, because we know we're going to be at the early bus the next day. Next day, it is foggy, right? Foggy. I mean, like, can't see the buses really foggy. So get ready, downstairs, 8:45, ready to go. Different hat, heavier hat. I learned my lesson. I ever do this again. And actually, even if it's not there, but I'm wearing a hat, I'm never wearing a heavy hat on one side. Cute as the dickens. Okay, I am. But oh my gosh, way too heavy on the one side. So I got this heavy hat on. For the 2 days, I ended up wearing my Skechers. There were girls there in some beautiful shoes, mostly sandal style with heels. Not this girl. I wore my Skechers. But anyway, but now we understand more. So we take advantage of, there's a room with a band and there's food everywhere. And I have found the candy bar. And when I say candy bar, I mean candy bar. They had all kinds of candies for us to take advantage of. I found the nuts. We find the different areas of the museum. We're exploring the museum. We go out to the front where people are sitting around. We have conversation. We find the photos. We're taking photos. We're doing all of that. This girl, right? We're photographing left and right. And then, so we go in where it's air conditioned. We're wandering around, and it's been so foggy. Come back out, and it's just hot, sunny, beautiful. I'm wearing a floor-length dress, summer dress, so on and so forth. Robbie's got his hat on, long sleeves. It's a little humid, right? Lottie, if you're there, right? Lottie, Kentucky, Florida. Anyway, so we're wandering in and out, and we haven't gone to our seats yet because we can stay in our air-conditioned area with all these big screens. Oh, I loved it. Big screens, watching the horse races. So where our seats, there's no covering where our seats are. And umbrellas are a no. So we take a look at that, and I'm like, I'm okay to stay in here till the time of that race because this girl's laying. I found my girl again. I go to the window. I'm placing my bets. Oh my gosh, so much fun. And I think we only had 2 races that we didn't have winners in. Otherwise, yay, right? We had 2 races that we didn't get bet on because we went late on Friday. And we had 2 races that we did not have winners in. But otherwise, we had winners in all of them. And when I say winners, not necessarily first place. But anyway, having said that, we go and then we eat and we eat. And I'm trying this and I'm trying that, listening to the band. And I loved it. My favorite room was the band room, because the people in there were singing along. They're singing. They stop. The band stops when there's a race. Then they start again because there's 30, 45 minutes between each race. And they're singing. And there was a guy there that had, he's either a karaoke king or he sings on cruise ships or something. And he's tipping the band and calling the songs and having us all sing along. And there's people, mostly women, dancing, men who wish they did, and the women who do. And oh my gosh, they're having so much fun. And no, we didn't go down and join them, but we participated from the balcony, which is okay. It's okay. Sometimes you participate from the balcony, just seeing the rooms. There were quiet areas, there were loud areas, there were busy areas, and then each room had its own feeling and so on. And amazingly enough, our package had food, but when you just went down to the regular areas, they had food they didn't charge for. Your price of admission covered the food and the alcohol. Shut the door. But anyway, so when it's time, so the Kentucky Derby was not until just before 7:00 Kentucky time. So it's like 4 something here. So we work our way to the seats, and all the people around us are people that we had seen the day before. And everybody's talking about the Derby, and they're talking about the horses that they love and the horses they want to race. And this time, now it's cooler. There's a breeze coming through and it's a little cooler. It's not quite as warm as it had been. But this girl had been perspiring before, right? There you perspire. Here we just sweat. Arizona, we sweat. There we perspire. But anyway, and so get to watch the race. And the gate, guys, the starting gate, if you never know, they move it depending on how long the race was and where our seats were. My husband's brilliant. Where our seats were is the starting gate. And we got to watch the start. And then, of course, we get to see him come down the backstretch and then race to the finish and all of that and all the excitement and all of those kinds of things. And then watch the second 2. We actually moved to a different location. And people who are staying for fun. They're dancing, they're singing, they're having an amazing time. They're singing on the way out of the stands because there's music playing. Gals are pulling out their flip-flops. Why do I share all of this with you? Because it was humid and it was hot and it was wet all day one day and it was hot. And so, first of all, do you know what these are? These are beauty blotters. Let me hold it up here, hopefully where you can see them. Oh, let me hold it this way. These are beauty blotters. They were an absolute must. In the bathroom, using these, cleaning up, right? They collect the perspiration, the rain, the whatever on your face and don't interfere with your makeup. If you do not have these, you are missing out. OMG, you want these. Lottie, if you don't have these in Florida, girl, get some. If you're here in Arizona, the heat is coming. Get some. Talk to your consultant. If you're my client and you don't have these, reach out to me ASAP. You get 75 of them for like $6. Okay. It is an amazing, amazing. And I'm going to give you 3 other products that if you purchase 3 other products, you get these for free. And that's my deal for the evening. Then Indulge Soothing Eye Gel. Yes, I carried it in my bag. Why? Because I was on an airplane for 3.5 hours and this girl sleeps. I was in a car for another 2.5 hours and this girl sleeps. Not in the car, but I'm just saying, right? I just put it on before I came and saw y'all tonight. I needed a freshening. When you go to the horse races for as long as I did, you need something to perk up those eyes. Indulge Soothing Eye Gel. And I want to remind you, 110% hydration, not just 90, not just 100, 110% hydration. Then, OMG, translucent, Mary Kay translucent powder. I was using it under my eyes, right? Under my eyes and setting my makeup before I walked out. Translucent powder does not change your look of your foundation. You can use it on your eyeshadow. I use it way up underneath my eyes so that all this stuff does not travel, even though I use waterproof pencil and waterproof mascara. Did I mention it was wet and raining and humid and then hot? Translucent powder, this girl. But I don't carry this one in my purse, gals. Listen, the only thing I reapply, yes, Indulge Soothing Eye Gel, is my lipstick. Okay, I'm not one of those girls. I'm not carrying a compact. There's nothing wrong with that. This girl just doesn't carry a compact. And I was carrying a really small bag because there are specific rules on what you can and can't take in. So, and then finally, Mary Kay finishing spray. Is this part of your arsenal? If it's not, it should be. This is how I kept such a fresh face all day long. And I double sprayed both days. I had no idea, wasn't sure. I mean, you can look up the weather, but we weren't sure exactly what it was going to be like. And it did not disappoint. It was wet on Friday and humid and sunny on Saturday. And so finishing spray. This finishing spray was a lifesaver. And I sprayed it before I put mascara on, and then I sprayed it after I put mascara on. And these 4 items, gotta see if I can, I don't even know if I can hold them all, but I'm going to do my best. These 4 items. Actually, I'm going to do this and do this. Were lifesavers for my travel, for having something all day long. And let me tell you, they were dressed to the nines. The men, the women, the hats for both male and female, the shoes. It just is such an experience. And these were lifesavers. So my deal tonight, talk to your consultant. If she has a problem, she needs to call me. Is when you do these, you get this one free. Again, finishing spray, translucent powder, Indulge Soothing Eye Gel. When you do those 3, you get these free. But you want these no matter what. I'm just telling you guys, these were lifesavers. So I experienced Kentucky on a whole new level. And then on Sunday, we went back and found out they have a half price sale. And we went back in the museum and shopped. And so I will have more pictures. But the last thing I want to share on this, guys, is do you have a bucket list? Are you waiting for your bucket list? This was on my bucket list. And my husband honored me because we took care of this last year. It was our 40th. It was for our 40th. But we were in Ireland for our 40th, so it's for our 41st wedding anniversary. But do you have a bucket list? What are you hesitating on that you want to do, but you're not doing it and you just haven't moved forward? If I can encourage you in anything, it's move forward. Yes, I had some apprehension. I had no idea if the dresses I took were okay. I had no idea if the hat that I had worked on was okay. I had no idea. And then when you get there, there's always somebody, because I was one of those people. If a woman really struck me, she just had it going on. Oh my gosh, there was one gal, beautiful dress, and she had crinoline on the bottom. And most of you don't even know what crinoline is, but oh, MG. I stopped her and told her. People that just look fabulous, I had to tell them. And guys, ooh, talk about roosters. These guys are strutting their stuff, including my husband. Yes, I told him. And I had women who did the same for me. So find that opportunity. And what is our 4? I will remind you. Beauty blotters. Indulge Soothing Eye Gel. I don't even know if that's coming right because it looks like it needs to be flipped. But either way, translucent powder and finishing spray. Talk to your consultant. Get your stuff together and be ready for whatever experiences you have coming, because adventure is waiting for you. Let's adventure. I would love to see your photos of whatever adventure you've been on or you're going on. Let's blow it up, guys. Let's share adventure together. Remember, blessings are chasing you down. This is the day the Lord hath made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. I am so glad you were here. Thank you guys very much. Goodbye.